Hello, yes. Todd, Todd of Workshop, the Arrows versus Armour series that they've done, a fantastic series where they've been getting the brilliant Joe Gibbs to shoot a £160 bow. That's going up for £100 more than this one is when I'm pulling it. Okay, because yeah, so yeah, that's a really, really completely different world. But I do have a couple of little thoughts on it. They repeatedly, Todd repeatedly said, and they said, "Oh, we don't have any proof for case hardening, case hardening, case hardening. We don't have any proof for it for the wrought iron warheads." Well, I beg to differ a little, just a little bit. Sorry, I know you're proper historians and everything like that, but I beg to differ because the medieval people didn't have the term case hardening. They didn't have the term. They didn't use the term case hardening. But if you look at the English language, if you're kind of face adversity and you know it's coming, you have to steel yourself for it. You know, for the onslaught, you have to steel yourself for the onslaught. And they did have steeled wrought iron heads. Now that would have been that would have been hardened, case hardened. They had to harden them for it. It's a case hardened. And that's pure and simple. Of course they would have had case hardened warheads. Now, the other thing that they didn't do, which is Todd, you didn't do, is wrought iron rusts for really, really, really quickly. It rusts very, very, very quickly. And if you imagine they were carrying thousands of warheads to the battle on the things and it was raining and everything like that, they would have had, if they hadn't looked after them, they would have had a load of rusty wrought iron heads, which wouldn't, so you're thinking uncase hardened, rusty wrought iron heads. Like, if you've got an army, you don't, with bad preparation, you prepare to fail. So they would have they would have case hardened, and B, they would have protected them against rust. And my idea that they would have protected against rust is goose fat. I think they would have got their heads covered in goose fat before they left them, so they would have been lubricated. So what might have been nice to see was case hardened warheads with lubricated. Because I've done some experiments with just a little bit of grease, butter, oil on the heads of the arrows, and their penetration, the increase in penetration is dramatic. It's really, really, really dramatic. Thing, and I'm sure they would have had lubricated warheads as well. It'd be nice. It'd be see what would happen if you put a lubricated warhead against against armor. Definitely against chainmail and everything like that. It would probably go through the chainmail a lot quicker. Anyway, just a few thoughts. Excellent series. If you haven't seen it, Arrows versus Armour. Watch it. It's quite interesting. It's very interesting to watch poor Joe Gibbs pulling on that bow, £160 bow. Right. And my wife said, "Bloody hell, he's a warthog, isn't he?" Anyway, peace and love, people. That was bad. Take care.